had better call the police. This woman,
Her daughter walks around like a princess, but her mother is actually a thief. I would really love to see Murakam's face when this comes out.
that's all you're worth. I'm tired of you walking around with your nose air, acting like the lady of the manor.
But where have you been?
Eats.
Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale now.
In this story, the danger inside the mansion is no longer secrets. It is no longer revenge. And it is no longer the war between enemies. This time, the real danger is love becoming impossible to hide. Because one moment of fear, one heartbeat, one tear was enough to change everything between Ateş and Maren. For the first time, Maren begins to realize something terrifying. The man she once saw as cold, distant, and dangerous is now becoming the one person capable of shaking her entire world. And the most dangerous part, she may already be falling for him too. Everything begins with something small. A necklace disappears. At first, it seems unimportant, but inside this mansion, nothing ever stays small for long. Accusations begin, humiliation spreads, and once again, Maren finds herself trapped in another storm. Someone calls her mother a thief. Someone tries to destroy her dignity in front of everyone. But what nobody notices is Ateş watching silently, because every insult against Maren begins affecting him more than it should, and that changes everything. For the first time, Ateş does not stay distant. He acts quietly, directly, dangerously. He buys her new clothes, not because she asked, not because she needed them, but because he cannot tolerate seeing her hurt. That is the moment the emotional balance inside the mansion changes, because Maren finally understands something important about him. Whenever something breaks, he tries to fix it immediately. Whenever someone hurts her, he answers without hesitation. And little by little, the fear between them starts turning into trust. But in this era, peace never lasts long. Because while love quietly grows between Ateş and Maren, jealousy is growing somewhere else. Ashley watches everything, every glance, every smile, every moment between them, and slowly her obsession becomes unbearable, because Maren is no longer just a girl standing beside Ateş. Now she is becoming the center of his attention, and Ashley cannot accept that. Meanwhile, another dangerous game is unfolding inside the shadows. Haydar continues manipulating everyone around him. Barak becomes trapped in a debt he barely understands, and his mother immediately realizes something terrifying. Haydar never helps people for free. Every favor comes with a price. Every kindness hides another plan. And somewhere deep inside the mansion, old secrets are beginning to move again. Secrets connected to revenge, to lies, and to Ateş himself. But none of that compares to the emotional storm slowly taking over Maren, because now she starts noticing things she can no longer ignore. Why does her heart race whenever he looks at her? Why does she panic whenever he disappears? Why does his voice calm her fears? And why does every moment beside him suddenly feel different? At first, she tries to deny it. She tells herself it is nothing, just fear, just confusion, just stress. But the truth keeps getting stronger, because love never stays hidden forever, especially inside a place like this. Meanwhile, Ateş is changing too. For the first time, he is no longer fighting only enemies. Now he is fighting himself, because every time Maren looks at him, the anger inside him disappears. Every smile from her weakens the walls around his heart, and slowly the man who came to this mansion with revenge inside him starts losing himself to love instead. That is what terrifies him the most. Not enemies, not danger, not betrayal. Maren, because she is becoming the one thing powerful enough to change him completely. And then comes the night that changes everything. What begins as a simple gathering slowly becomes something much more emotional. People laugh, music plays, everyone smiles. But underneath all the happiness, emotions continue growing stronger. The employees notice it. Their friends notice it. Even the people around them begin seeing the truth before they do. Atesh and Marin are no longer pretending. Their eyes reveal everything. And the more they try hiding their feelings, the more obvious those feelings become. Even Atesh himself cannot stop watching her. He notices every smile, every movement, every moment she speaks. Marin notices it too. That is why she begins running from him. Not because she fears him anymore, but because she fears her own feelings. Because deep down, she already knows the truth. And finally, Atesh reaches his limit. No more distance, no more silence, no more hiding. For the first time, he says the words he cannot longer hold inside. He tells her she lives inside his heart. He tells her she became the light inside his darkness. He tells her his anger disappears whenever she smiles. And then, finally, the truth he spent so long fighting against escapes from his heart. I love you. Not once, but again and again and again. As if even he cannot believe the words leaving his mouth. And in that moment, everything changes. Because this is no longer a story about revenge. Now it becomes a story about a man slowly forgetting his hatred because of love.